Okay, so this ride is an unusual one. It's not a joy ride. This is an anti-anxiety ride that I'm trying to do. So just now I'm suffering from a large amount of anxiety. This is my kind of first time experiencing it ever, really, I think. I'm not somebody that has anxiety normally, but effectively just standing around doing nothing. My heart rate is over 100 beats a minute. Now my heart rate, my resting heart rate is under 50 beats a minute. If I'm normally just awake and sitting, it'll be maybe 54, 55 beats a minute. Standing, still under 60 beats a minute. Just now, it's around about 110 standing, maybe 120 if I just walk somewhere. You know, I'm always monitoring my heart rate on this. And what I'm hoping to do is that the zen of motorcycling is something that will help reduce my anxiety a little bit, I think, just now. And I'll explain what the anxiety is in a minute, but this ride I'm going into the city just to make some noise, really, just to enjoy it. Okay, so just to explain what this anxiety ride is. This is me riding my bike to help reduce anxiety. I've got some form of anxiety hitting me just now, and the ride I'm doing just now is to help my brain focus on anything else other than the stuff that's making me have anxiety. So on the road surface, the road texture, the wind, the smells, the heat of the bike, the rumble of the bike, the sound of the bike, the other cars in front of me, behind me, my wing mirrors, the roadworks, all that kind of stuff. Having my brain have to focus on all that other stuff is something I'm going to use to try and help reduce my physiological anxiety that I'm having just now. Oh, it's beat and potholes as well are going to help reduce my anxiety, or at least make me have anxiety about something slightly different, I guess. Anyway, here we go, into the city centre. Now, the reason why I'm doing it going into Edinburgh is because it's such a beautiful city. On this blue sky evening, sun's out, blue sky, trees are green, the castle's right in front of us. It's just an absolutely stunning, beautiful feast for the eyes to just go for a little potter around the city here. So that's the reason why I'm doing it into the city. Instead of going out into the countryside, today is into the city for a little bit of a change. So I'll give you a little tour of where I'm going as well. So I'm not going anywhere in particular, but I'll give you where I'm going. So just now we're just on the very outskirts of the very city centre. You've got some expensive schools around here. I think that was Stuart Melville there, I think. ESMS. Edinburgh School, Stuart. Don't know, can't remember. It's ESMS. Edinburgh Stuart, no. Mary Erskine? Okay, don't know. Drive past the school every day. I can't quite remember which one it is. Anyway, so yeah, and then over this way is down into the Dean Village. In fact, we might. Can I ride my bike into the Dean Village? I don't think I can. In fact, no, I can. In fact, that's exactly where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to the Dean Village. Okay, great idea, everybody. Last minute change of plan there. So along here, schools, and some very nice houses. So, and I'll explain to you my anxiety and see if any of you have got the same issues as myself. So, what it is just now, look at that building. Oh, I've taken many photos of that one as a property photographer. Is I am about to do a big, or I think I'm about to do a very big life change just now. I am very close to signing a contract, which will mean I'm actually going to be giving up or changing my job, or changing the company that I work for. and that is quite a big deal for myself because I've been in the company that I'm in for 18 years. So it's not a case of I don't think I've ever changed job. I don't think I've ever handed in no, I haven't. I have never handed in a resignation. A form saying, sorry, I'm quitting, I'm moving to another company. So oh god, even just thinking about it, it's giving me the absolute heat. So yeah, this is down into a very historic part of Edinburgh called the Dean Village. And again, my job as a property photographer, taking lots of photos of all these houses around here. Some of these boards up here are some of the companies that I've shot for as well. It's a nightmare to actually shoot any of these houses because there's no parking, as in to actually get a parking space. All this is permit parking, so that's a bit of a pain in the butt if you want to get out here. It also becomes cobbled down here, which is a bit interesting for the suspension. And when we go over here, it's quite a tourist attraction area around here. So I'm just gonna, whoop, where's this taxi guy going? Okay, I'm gonna go up here. They people getting their phones out, their tripods. Should I just ride over their tripod? You've got a lovely building, very historic. I think there's like years that these buildings were made, and it's back to like the 13th century, I think. So brilliant. Oh, it is a tough road. It's a tough road to get up. Aerial stop. The launch control, so I'm not spinning away on this. Woo, this is a bit intense. Yeah, so for me, my god, this road is shocking. Oh, wow. Oh, that road's really not what I was wanting to go over. And then at this junction is a hairpin left over a pothole. Wow, that is tough. And then foot on rear brake, make sure I've got the clutch control right. Wow, that is some advanced riding skills there required. Oh boy. Right, well, I'm not wanting to go this way. I was wanting to go to the right there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little turny-whirny in here. Into here. And then simply go down here because this is very pretty as well. It'd be nice for some stock footage afterwards. So yeah, so I've never quit a job. I've never handed in a resignation. The previous jobs I've done have been, for example, working as a removal man, and then I worked as an English teacher out in Japan, and that was that just came to an end. It was a 1-year contract. And then I wonder if I'm on a bike, can I just sneak through here? I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. I probably am not, but if I can't, well, a bit more of a dead end here, but yeah, I really think I shouldn't be. Yeah, this is errors. A few errors were made in judgment here. I didn't say anything. No bikes. Anyway, so yeah, so that, and then I came to Edinburgh and got started as a property manager 18 years ago. And then from there, started doing all the photos of the properties that I was managing, and then from there started up on the side a property photography company with the boss of the property management company. And then from there started doing it all for one other company, so they wanted me to do it for them, then moved over to them, and that's where I've been for the last God knows how many years. So for 18 years I've been taking photos of properties and floor plans and videos and matchboard scans and all that stuff for the last lots of years for the same company. I think I might sneak straight on up. The LEZ zone. In Edinburgh you've got an LEZ, low emission zones now, so if you've got a car that's a diesel or a van or anything, or a petrol which is out of date, something like Euro 6 or whatever it is, then you get fined £60 each time you drive into the LEZ zone here, doubles each time you do it. So if you accidentally drove in twice in one day, you've now got 60 plus 120, so you've probably got £180 bill on just for accidentally driving into the city because your car is not new now. Now I can't go straight ahead because that is for buses only and taxis. Oh, it says and cycles, but not motorcycles, so I have to go around to the right. But I can do a sneaky little right here down this tunnel. Oh, this is where I have to do it. So inappropriate. So inappropriate. I'm gonna go right in. Now in Edinburgh you've got this like main road that goes left to right here, which is called the Princes Street, and that is really just bus and taxi only now, so you can't go along that on any sort of vehicle at all. You can walk it, or you can get the bus along it, but you can't drive along it. So you have to do a lot of driving around the place. If you don't know Edinburgh, trying to drive around Edinburgh is a nightmare. You really want to have somebody showing you around, or a taxi. That'll probably be the best move. And what I'll do is I'll do a little trip up to the left here. Get a nice view of the castle here. Look at that, that is Edinburgh Castle right in front of us. It's quite a tricky little road here. And what we'll do, we'll get, there's a good tunnel down below us as well just now. But to get to it is a little bit of a detour. We need to get to it. But it's absolutely stunning around here. Oh, just look at this. Oh, I think this requires a little bit of a... there, because again that's also a road closed, so I'll go around to the right. And I could take a left there, but I don't want to. I'm going to go straight ahead, and then I will be turning around, back round to the left. Up there. And yeah, just Edinburgh is just such a... when the sun is setting like this, and there's not too much traffic, it is just a beautiful place to hang around. And then there's traffic here. So this takes us down into an area called the Grassmarket, which again, very historic, very old buildings. Again, show a lot of houses in this red building in the front to the left here. They are centuries and centuries old. And we've got Edinburgh University Art College, or Edinburgh Art College on the right there as well. And then this is where, you know, if you're coming to Edinburgh, this is the kind of the old town of Edinburgh. This is where you'd want to visit and get an idea of the old-fashionedness. This is where I think also, what do you call it, Harry Potter was inspired. The lady that made Harry Potter wrote her book on one of the roads up here. It's a coffee shop that everyone goes and take. The Elephant House, I think it is. Everyone goes to take photos of it. But here, as you come around the corner, there's the Edinburgh Castle right in front of you. What a view! What a view! Oh, stunning! Not only is that, we've then got a brilliant tunnel. So again, quite a lot of cars parked here just now. That is probably because people are out in the restaurants and the pubs, or just enjoying the sunshine just now. It's a lovely weather just now. Okay. Here's a good tunnel. I'm going to go to second gear and rip. Dead end up here, so cannot go, so this is all one way, so I literally did that just for the sound. We're going to go get my church back there that goes into the gardens there in front of the castle called Princes Street Gardens. Short wedding in there, there's a filter in there. Making the anxiety go away. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. This is what this bike is all about. So again, some people wonder what is the Triumph Bobber all about. As I say, this bike you get so much pleasure in the 30 to 60 mile an hour range, or in the city if you're in first gear, and second gear, you know, the 20 to 30 miles an hour. Just having that quick pull of the accelerator. Effect straight away. So just above doing 20, it's a 20 mile an hour limit here, so I won't go above that. Go to second gear, just relaxing ride through the grass market. A little bit of a bump. They've made a lot of this area kind of pedestrianised, fine, but also really difficult if you've got a van or a truck to actually make deliveries to some of these restaurants here as well. So a bit of a challenge. Like, you can only do it first thing in the morning, which can be a bit of a challenge. And then here this goes down into the cow gate, or the cannon gate. Large rider there, good man. And then look at the tunnels here. This will gather a little bit of attention from that sound of bike, the sound of exhaust, and just how much it is echoing around these this valley of buildings. Especially those diesel pods. It is literally having the power of thunder in your right hand while having an Olympic level firework display whenever you come off the accelerator. Oh, it's just brilliant. Okay, there's another couple of tunnels that I know about that I'm going to head into. So down here, come a little bit out of the old town, and we're going along kind of side by side the Royal Mile, which is like the really oldest road in Edinburgh. And this takes you down to the Parliament, the Scottish Parliament down here, and also one of the King's buildings, not Buckingham Palace, but Holyrood Palace is what's down here. So at the top of the Royal Mile, you've got the Edinburgh Castle, which is the King's residence as well, and then at the bottom he's got Holyrood Palace. Pretty big locations, and one at each end. And I think they've had some weddings and stuff in some of the churches in the Royal Mile as well. So as we come down here, but we have to take a right, and we go into into a road which is surrounding Arthur's Seat, which is a little hill, there's a mountain in the middle of Edinburgh. So if you want to do a quick lunchtime hill walk, you can just strap on your shoes and head up this mountain, which is literally a mountain in the city centre. Just look at that. There's like cliffs. You can do rock climbing in your lunch hour. If you work in any of these buildings here, you could just go, hold on, I'll be back in half an hour, just hike up there, do some real life actual rock climbing up there, and then come back after lunch. It's just mental. There's just this massive mountain, which is legitimately dangerous in some points. There are every so often helicopters flying around because they found dead bodies of people falling off the cliffs. There's no barriers, no nothing. There's nothing stopping you from going up there. Anyone can go up there. Anyone can go right to the edge and be an idiot. I'm sure there's some Instagrammers that have absolutely melted themselves up there. So yeah, that's what I love about this place. So here you've got the Scottish Parliament on the left, and straight ahead is Holyrood Palace. I'll see if the King likes to hear the sound of my engine. I know Will has what's it, Prince William, he's got a Triumph. I don't know if it's a Triumph Bobber, but he's definitely got a Triumph of some sort. I'll keep the engine note a little bit more quiet right here, because there's usually a police presence around the Scottish Parliament, and the bumpiness. So off to the left you've got the Royal Mile, which I'm not going to go up just now. I'm going to go a slightly different way, so we can get a nice view over Edinburgh. We're going to go through another tunnel. Well, maybe we'll come back to the Royal. In fact, we will. I'll try and do as much of the Royal Mile as possible. There's the Bath House. I think in those days, I don't know whether it's where the Queen or the King or whoever had their bath. Some of that, that's what it's called. Then we've got a nice little tunnel here. Let's give this another little rip. Let's go to third for this one. Yeah, so and we'll take a left up here to get some great views. So so the other thing I'm just talking about is that the anxiety of the fact that I'm literally going to be leaving a company and a job and colleagues that I've worked with for the last 20 years. Granted, most of them have left over those years, but certainly me and the boss have been there for 20 years. Me and a couple of other people have been there for the full time. And I've been there longer than most directors of the company. In fact, I think I'm probably the longest running member of staff there. So it's quite scary to be leaving, to be saying goodbye to something which I know like the back of my hand. I've been doing it for so long, everything's easy, and I'm going to be putting myself in a situation where I'm going to be the new guy, and I don't know what the rules are, I don't know who the people are. I know a couple of people in the company, that's how I got the job. It was kind of a headhunt situation. But yeah, it's a very for me it's a first time experience. It's a scary experience, and it's a leaving a job which I love, potentially going and doing the same kind of job but for another company. But yeah, it's just, you know, you don't know what you don't know, so it's gonna be a bit scary doing that. I'm gonna see if I can actually go up to Calton Hill. So up there's a hill, and I wonder, so I've seen another rider go up to the right, up there. However, it said authorised vehicles only. So how the heck he got up there? What does it say? Pedestrian and authorised vehicle access only. Gates will close daily at 7 o'clock. Well, it's past 7 o'clock just now. I'm not going to risk it in case I accidentally get locked in that locked in there. But that might be a cool shot. Maybe sometime in the future. Okay, now into the blinding sunset over here. And then this is Princes Street that we're on again. So we've just done a big loop, effectively, all the way around. We started on Princes Street on the other side over there. Perfect. Got the lights. And then we've got this view here. So you've got the big hotel on the left up there with the clock bit on it. That's the Balmoral Hotel. And you've got the Wellington Monument on the right over there. And then Princes Street just straight ahead. However, you can't ride all the way along that. I have to ride a little bit, then I take a right to avoid it. And then I'll go along another street. I think I can go along a street called George Street, which is their new shopping. Well, not new. It's part of the new town. Because Edinburgh is really split into two separate parts. There's the Old Town, which we just rode through, so that's the Grassmarket, the Cowgate, the Canongate, the Royal Mile, and then there's the New Town, which is everything kind of on this side of the Princes Street Gardens. I think effectively from the Princes Street Gardens, this was just all fields in the past, because the housing was just all up and down the Royal Mile, and then it's expanded. At least that's what I think. But yeah, it's interesting. It's only May just now, and it's lovely weather, and it's interesting. It's got a little bit of a Mediterranean feel just now because the temperature's good, and everyone's out enjoying themselves, and the tourists are not having to be wrapped up in 15 layers and with their umbrellas up and their cuckoos on. So we're going to things that they've done recently in Edinburgh, well, when I say recently, like the last 10 years, is they've added trams. They're a great low polluting form of transport that Edinburgh has now. However, they have tram lines on the road. So there's cyclists that have certainly fallen on the trams, especially when they're wet as well. They are slippery, they're just metal lines in the ground. For me as a biker, I need to be careful of going both over them, like this one, there, and making sure I don't wiggle around on it. So that was a second gear pull as well. So you've got the Scots Monument over there, the Edinburgh Castle over there, Princes Street right in front of us. I'm on the tram line, which is a bit nerve-wracking. I feel I shouldn't be there. Yeah, pretty much every month there's new either roadworks or diversions or roads that they've decided to pedestrianise, or certain times of the year there's the Edinburgh Festival on, the Edinburgh Fringe, where this is just mobbed with tourists. So you just don't want to be here when there's during the Edinburgh Festival. If you work here, that's what I'm saying. Great if you're a tourist because there's just such a buzz and energy going on. However, it is vastly more expensive than normal. Oh, there's one for trams on that side. Okay, I'm allowed to say is I'm allowed to go along here. However, I'm not allowed to go straight on. I have to take a right. Again, if you were a driver and you didn't know your way around Edinburgh, you would definitely end up in the wrong place. And then I'm going to be careful pulling over these. Oh, and then up here, make sure these guys hear me coming. Hopefully my bike is loud enough for them. Sign there. I think I can take a left here. So again, you've got to read the road signs. So straight ahead, buses, cycles, taxis, and it's got motorcycles, so I can go in all the bus lanes here. However, I'm going to take a left. I think that was the same. It was hard to find out where the actual things were. There are also cameras on all these bits up there, so I don't know whether that's just traffic monitoring or if that's was it ANPR going on. So you've got to be a little bit careful if you are driving a car, if you are a tourist and you don't know what you're doing. I think I can go left. The road sign says left, and there's a car right, but there's a taxi behind me indicating left as well. So we'll see. Alright, nice! Go, going into Cassie inside me. So yeah, this is George Street, again another place for drinks. You've got really nice restaurants, and because of COVID they opened up all these kind of bits on the street for kind of on the street dining, because nobody could have any food inside. And yeah, so pretty much all the offices around here, they'll go for drinks after work in one of these bars around here. You know, standard all bar one kind of thing. I'll just do a quick left so you can see, no, maybe not, no, not take a quick left there, go one more along, and there's a great street here called Castle Street. One of my jobs many years ago was proprietor of the Strawberry Castle, which was a food hut that sold strawberries. And then look at that view. Look at that as a way. Imagine that's where you work in one of these offices or something. You've got that as your view each time you come here. What an amazing zone. So yeah, it's all pedestrian zones, so no motorbikes, no cars, any of that kind of stuff. However, I can. No, that's pedestrian zone as well. Can't go along that way either, I think, except loading lanes. No, so that's Rose Street. That's another shopping area. There, but I think can't take the bike along there. Okay. go down through an area called Stockbridge. Oh, great view here. You've got the new St James's Centre that they opened up there. We've got this hotel on the top, big swirly metal bits all over the top. Not having a Deliveroo guy be fashioning me around here. So down here, and then we've got this great view. Straight down in front of us, we've got St Vincent's Church, St Vincent Cathedral. I can't quite remember. I think it's St Vincent's. Yeah, can't quite remember. Also the pawnbroker on the right, the H&T pawnbrokers, the most famous pawnbroker in Edinburgh. Everyone knows that one. Although almost nobody's been inside. I spoke to the manager inside there, and he was like, yeah, everybody that comes in always says it's their very first time and they've never been in here. They've walked past it hundreds of times and never been in. So yeah, head to that sometime. Okay, so this is again another bit of a steep hill. So Edinburgh is really kind of on a hill. From north to south, you go uphill to the centre. So I'm looking straight north at this point. So we've got the St Vincent's Church in front, and then you've got what you can't see from here, but you've got the Firth of Forth, which is the estuary from Scotland going into the North Sea, and then beyond that you've got Fife. So way in the distance, what I'm seeing is actually some of the hills over in Fife, way over there. So again, it's just beautiful around here. And again, so this part of Edinburgh is known as the New Town, although still hundreds and hundreds of years old. Very distinctive architecture going on, all built at the same time. And these, this is very much a grid shape around here. You've also got these gardens left and right, the Princes Street Gardens, which are like the only private gardens that the members of the public can't go in all of Edinburgh. You've got to have a key to get in, like the secret sausage place. And again, I think if you're on a bike which doesn't have great suspension, cobbles are quite an interesting experience. Well, these are cobbles, these are granite sets. And you just want to take the corners very slow and carefully on this. So yeah, body fully focused on the job in hand, not putting myself in any risk here. And this is just, ooh. In fact, I'll show you one of the most picturesque streets in Edinburgh. I think it's called Castlehurst. No, it's not called that. It's where if you are an Instagram influencer, you want to come along this street here. I suspect we will see some influencers in the wild. The reason why it's so picturesque is the houses are cute, the plants are pretty, and the views of the St Vincent's Church in the foreground, and it's just very historic. He's got big guns there, it's a big camera. And there's the view that you want. There's some more influencers in the wild. I was shooting this house here for a company. It's an architectural winning house, and as you look out the window, all you see is just people standing around getting their photos taken on the street. It looks so pretty. Now I've come out there and there's a car coming down. Okay, we're safe. There, check out that view there. Quite challenging, especially with the sun going right in your eyes. And not just the cobbles, or the granite sets I should say, but the poles and where they're trying to repair it. And this is a two-way lane, however it's pretty narrow if you've got two cars car going up, more car going down. Looks like, it really looks like it should be a single direction road. One way. That's the word I was looking for. One way road. Oh, bollocks. Road on the left is closed. Follow diversion. However, I do know of a sneak shortcut. Road ahead. Right, I'm going to see this. Nope. Right. Okay, now an adventure. Right, so I'm going to go back a little bit of where I've just come from. Be able to get a little bit front. Just showing you more of the historic parts of the town. This is Northumberland Street. What I'm saying is part of the grids of Edinburgh. Grid-shaped, distinctive architecture. Georgian, I'm going to say. Not 100% sure. I'll ask the real life architect if it is all Georgian. I'm pretty sure it is. Then, okay, now we're just going back to where we went, but this time, instead of going down the cute little lane, just following the road through Stockbridge and out of Edinburgh. But yeah, corners on a downhill on granite sets. Whew, that is a nerve-wracking riding experience there. Or just because it's on a corner, and these stones definitely do not give any grip whatsoever. So another part of the anxiety that I've got is the job that I'm going to is it's cool, it's going to be a higher salary, however I'm not going to have my own, I'm not going to have a company car. So I'm needing to, for the first time in my life, at the age of 41, buy a car. Again, because I've been working for a company where I've had a company car all this time, I've never had to worry about insurance or tax or tyre repairs or any of that stuff. So it's been so that's a whole new kind of ball game that I'm having to figure out, and it's quite an expensive situation. So what I'm looking at is a second-hand Tesla. Again, for Edinburgh, to get a car which will get through the ULEZ all the time, or the LEZ, for free. That I don't need to worry about. The electric cars will get me through that fine. Road tax is less, and also from what I'm seeing online, they have dropped like a stone. So a Model 3, you're getting for under £20,000. Like a 2021 long range Model 3. Is what I'm looking for, and that's going for around about £20,000 to £21,000. So, and on PCP, depending on the size of the deposit that I put down, I can have it easily under £300 a month, and then insurance is around about £70. So anyway, I'm just need to figure out all those little minor numbers going on. Now, what I really want to do is be in front of this car, so I can get in the lead when the traffic lights turn green. Could be here for a while. Just as you come out of Stockbridge, there is like Police Scotland headquarters on the right. So don't want to make too much noise or be seen accelerating too much. So there's definitely lots of police cars around here. I suspect in terms of safe places to live, Stockbridge is probably up there, considering like the main headquarters is down there. You've also got another very expensive school down there called Fetties, which is a boarding school as well. So yeah, there's lots of money, also lots of police presence as well. So that's all good. Okay, so that's me coming out of Edinburgh from my... Oh, there's police. Yes, officer, I was doing this before. So this is me just coming out of Edinburgh now after my ride around, after my, what I call my anxiety ride. A ride to reduce anxiety. And I would say, yeah, it's worked. My heart rate is down at 70 beats a minute, which is interesting. This bike has officially relaxed me. There's a much less of a stress or pressure on my heart. I could really feel it in my chest. My chest was tight all day today. Even went to the gym after work and thought maybe a different workout that will help relieve some of the stress. But it didn't. It just made my heart rate go even higher. On the running machine I did some sprints and my heart rate might go up to normally like 165. It got up to 189, which is heart attack territory. I thought I might be having a panic attack on the running machine today. So that's how wild it was for me. This is how unusual situation it is for me to be in. But yeah, just now, oh yeah, much more relaxed. And I'm literally riding here with a little bit of a smile on my face. There's a little, my grin is just a little bit smiling. And that's what the zen of motorcycling, you could call it. You know, just focusing on the bike, you at one with the machine, the power, the energy, the sound, the mechanics, the road, the sun, the sound, the smells, all that stuff. It's just brilliant. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, but even my head just feels a bit more calm. about. I dreamed of before I even had a motorcycle license. Into the sunset, flowing around the roads with an engine exploding behind me. What a way to finish a day. This is work. So this bike cost me on PCP £90 a month. This one ride is worth